Main event. A little change here with the main event. Jessica Andrade stepping in for Tyler Santos. Erin Blanchfield comes in as a plus 145 underdog. Jessica Andrade sitting at minus 145. A little action coming in on Erin Blanchfield. Over under set at 2.5 rounds. Dead even. Odds are courtesy of BetOpenly, as always. The best fight odds out there. Erin Blanchfield 10-1. Jessica Andrade 24-9. Fought less than a month ago at UFC 283 and put a beating on Lauren Murphy. 4-1 in her last 5. The only losses to the champ Valentina Shevchenko. And Erin Blanchfield coming off the big submission win over Molly McCann. Who do you like in this one?
Yeah, it's kind of tough because, I've been looking at Erin Blanchfield and really liking her in her previous matchup, and then all of a sudden it gets dumped on her head. We get Jessica Andrade, and that just throws a huge curveball into everything because, based off of Jessica Andrade's last performances, how do you even bet against her? So I think this fight could kind of give us an idea of where Erin Blanchfield is as far as a contender, as a prospect, going forward in the division. Because, what she did to Molly McCann and previous opponents, she's looked like a world beater, the next girl in line to challenge for the title in that division. But now you're getting Jessica Andrade, who, if you're not going to be able to get the takedown against her, she's going to piece you up on the feet. We saw that against Lauren Murphy. There's not many women in the division that can stand and bang with her unless you're the champ. But I think this fight all comes down to if Erin Blanchfield can get those takedowns, what she can even do with it, because we know Andrade is skilled with her submissions. She's one of the most well-rounded fighters in the division. That standing arm triangle against Lemos was sick. She's beaten Rose Namajunas, what was this? What was the score against Lauren Murphy? Was it 50-44? Or sorry. 30-25?
Yeah, I think there was a 30-25 on there.
2 10-8s, and just absolutely annihilate her, was never in any trouble, and that fight could have been stopped multiple times. So, that being said, Jessica Andrade sitting right under minus 150. I want to get there really, really bad. But it's like so far, Erin Blanchfield hasn't really shown us anything that makes her deserving of being an underdog. But again, man, you're going in there against one of the toughest killers of the division in Andrade. So yeah, right now I'd have to lean towards Andrade for my pick. I think if she can stuff the takedowns, Erin Blanchfield's in for a long night on the feet. But I do think at the end of the day, this fight's going to tell us a ton about Blanchfield, how good she really is at this level. And Andrade, if she beats Erin Blanchfield here, she's got to be in the title mix with what she's done lately.
Yeah, I would agree. Erin, I've always liked Erin Blanchfield. I think she's very talented mixed martial artist, and she's going to be good in the flyweight division for years to come. She's only 23, so she's my age, born in 1999. You
guys are young.
We are. She's coming off the submission win over Molly McCann, and a lot of people that was kind of her coming out party. A lot of people didn't really know who she was, and she was a big favorite in that fight, and people were like, well, you're getting, plus 330, plus 350 on Molly McCann. That's looking pretty good, but I could not fall for it there. I knew with Molly McCann's ground game was not going to stand up against Erin Blanchfield. And then she had a fight against JJ Aldrich last summer, and I went back and rewatched that fight again. She lost the first round pretty much against JJ Aldrich on the feet, and then ultimately got the standing guillotine choke in round 2. So that one's a little alarming as far as if this fight plays out on the feet. I think most people can agree it's going to go to Jessica Andrade if it's a stand-up battle. Not many people are going to be able to outstrike Jessica Andrade. And then the win against Miranda Maverick was pretty good. Miranda Maverick is a solid mixed martial artist in the flyweight division as well. So decent win there. But overall, the level of competition for Blanchfield does not stack up at all compared to Jessica Andrade. Andrade has fought the best of the best, and she only loses to the best of the best. She beats everybody that she's supposed to beat. The only loss she's had as a favorite in the last 8 years is to Zhang Weili. She was a minus 160 favorite there. So nothing to hold your head about there. She's coming off 3 straight wins, 2 of them first round finishes, and then the brutal decision win to Lauren Murphy. So could have easily been 3 finishes. So this price is a little, I would expect it to be wider in Andrade's favor, with the experience, how well she is on the feet. She's capable on the ground. I mean, she's no like slouch on the ground, but maybe Blanchfield's ground game is just that next level that Vegas is respecting it that much. Andrade has a 73% takedown defense. She's a strong girl. She's a shorter girl as well. I mean, so she's what, 5'1",
I think.
5'1". So, I mean, it's not necessarily easy to take down those shorter people, as we saw in the Volkanovski fight. So I'm a little ball of muscle, pretty much. And I'm going to lean Andrade. I think she's a solid play this week. I think she should win this fight. The only thing that makes me hesitant is that she fought less than a month ago, and she's stepping in here on short notice. So those are the spots that get a little greasy because there's a lot of unknowns there. How good a shape is she in? Can she go 5 rounds? Is she in the condition? Or like, what did she do between her last fight and now? Has she been in the gym? Has she just been training like normal? What has she been doing? But I would trust that if she comes into this fight, or she took this fight, she's coming into it in good shape. She knows this is a big fight. It was pretty much a number 1 contenders fight for the flyweight division between Santos and Blanchfield. And so if she gets this win, she probably sets herself up for a title shot in the flyweight division if she wants it, or at least in that conversation. So I think Andrade is a solid play this week. And I would always back the experience. She's not like super old. I mean, she's 31. She's not, later in her career where she doesn't really, this is like her last chance or anything like that. Like, she's got experience in the game and she still has a future ahead of her. So I like Andrade. I just don't think it's a good matchup for Blanchfield. I would have, given her a little bit more of a chance against Santos, because Santos doesn't have the stand-up that Andrade does, but also a very good mixed martial artist there. So I like Andrade in this one.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, so short to the ground too. She's going to be harder to take down. She's super strong. So yeah, the more you talk about it, the more I think about it. I do like Andrade a little more because of that 5-round experience factor too. I mean, what happens when Erin Blanchfield's shooting takedowns and only lands half of them, or doesn't get as many as she likes? Like, is she going to be tired by the 3rd round and have 2 more rounds where you got to stand with someone like Andrade? So yeah, man, it's kind of a tough situation. But the more I'm thinking about it, I kind of do like Andrade in this one. Just the experience factor, the strength, the boxing. So yeah, I think it all comes down for the takedowns for Blanchfield. And if it stays on the feet, Andrade could make it a long night for Erin. So I kind of like that spot, thinking about it more.
As long as her hands are not broken from hitting Lauren Murphy's face, then I like it, or at least her legs aren't like still bruised or there's no cracks in there or anything. Then I like Andrade. I mean, honestly, look at the price again. It looks like a pretty good price to me. I mean,
yeah,
you're betting on the experience, the level of competition, the more past victory, really. She has a lot more finishing ability on the feet. Blanchfield has good subs on the ground and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm always gonna back the experience. And what I know she is. We don't really know how good Blanchfield is. She's young. She could be really good. She could go out there and just get a takedown and sub her right away. But at this point, we don't really know that at this level.
Yeah.